welcome to TEL-E111. So for today's video, I am going to demonstrate the common wire splices and joints under by Mr. Erwin Havenes. So by the way, I am Katler Navarro from BTL Ed 1B. So these are the tools and materials that needed in able to perform the test. We have the wires and pliers. So let's start. The first splice is what we called Western Union long tie splice. This is most widely used splice or joint in out that is to extend the length of wire from one point to another. Again, Western Union long tie splice. The second one is what we call ordinary cross joint. This is used where two top conductors are to extend away from the branch conductor in opposite direction. Again, ordinary cross joint. The third joint is what we call T-joint. This type of joint is used on large solid conductors where it is difficult to wrap the heavy wire around the main wire. The fourth one is what we call ordinary cable top or T-joint. It is used where large stranded wire or cables are tapped to a through conductor. Again, ordinary cable top or T-joint. The fifth one is what we call spinning stranded wire. Denotes the work step of removing part of the insulation cover of an electric conductor to a specific length required for the connection. other one is what we call the aerial top, one of the simple and common tapping, and it is usually applied in temporary connection. The other one is what we call the short aerial tap joint or small aerial tap joint that is mostly used on outside work or in locations where wires are subjected to considerable movement. It is done through looping wire to the other with large gap on the first and second loop to serve as a space when movement is needed. The other one is what we call plain tap, one of the simple and the easiest tapping, and it is used when the tap wire is under considerable tensile stress. Again, plain tap joint. The other one is what we call the knotted tap. This kind of joint is one of the most difficult tapping, and it is used where the tap wire is under heavy tensile stress. Next is what we call T-joint. This method of wrapping is generally used on small cable. The other one is what we call the Western Union short tie splice. This is most widely used splice or joint in interior wiring installation, that is to extend the length of wire from one point to another. Again, the Western Union short tie splice. The other one is what we call duplex cross joint. Duplex cross joint is usually done in a construction site where the two top wire turned and joined together simultaneously. The other one is what we call the Western Union splice, that is used for small solid cable. Another one is what we call the Y wrapping, is generally used on small cable because the strands are flexible and all can be wrapped in one joint. Again, the Y splice. The last one is what we called the rat tail or pigtail. This is kind of commonly used join two or more conductors inside the junction box. The joints are made by skinning about 2 inches. The end of the conductor is to be joined. Then twist the back. Again, that is rat tail joints or pigtail. Splices and joints. Before the splice is made, the insulation is first removed on both ends with the use of an electrician's knife or diagonal pliers. An electrician should be very careful in removing wire insulation in order that the wire will not be nicked by the knife or pliers to prevent breaking. However, a specially designed tool to avoid nicks is called automatic wire stripper. The function of the tool is to cut the wire insulation and remove it automatically by inserting the wire corresponding to the size of hole in the wire stripper. After removing the insulation, the end of the wire is twisted firmly. When the joint has been made, the correct practice is to solder is to prevent loose contact and to have a continuous flow of electricity. The splice and joint are then covered properly with an electrical tape in order to prevent short circuit. Thanks for watching.